Hi, I'm Rebecca, and welcome to my sewing room. This is Sew Be It. Today, we have a busy day today. Why do we have a busy day today? Because it is the Saturday before Christmas. Because I'm not ahead on my videos right now. It is the Saturday before Christmas, and today I have to start the sewing process. I've already got it all cut out. Thank heavens for that, because I have to make my Christmas dress today. So hopefully we will be getting all of it done today in one day. If you didn't watch my video from last week, my Christmas dress is a McCall's pattern. It is McCall's M7832. I'm doing version D with the sleeves from dress C. I am altering this pattern just a slight bit, and it's not for size. I'm altering the pattern because I am adding a petticoat underneath. Simplicity pattern S9293. I'm doing the petticoat, not the entire slip. Since I do have all of the fabric already cut out, it will be a little bit difficult to see the fabric really well, but I'm going to do my best to show you. The top layer of this dress is made out of will be made out of an organza fabric that I found on sale. It was very, very on sale when our Walmart was remodeling. They got rid of our fabric cutting table, so now all we have is pre-cut pieces of fabric. However, when they were doing that, they were selling all of the bolts of fabric as is. You couldn't get anything cut, and you paid what it said. Well, I found a red sparkle organza for $2.37, and I bought it. I ended up with 5 yards, 5 5/8 yards of fabric, so I decided to use it for my Christmas dress. This is the red sparkle organza. Since obviously that fabric has to be lined, and this pattern does call for a lining, they have the only pre-cut fabric options there, and what I found while I was there is a red costume satin. This really will be the perfect combination because it looks really, really nice together. That is 2 layers of fabric, or 2 layers of organza and 2 layers of satin, so you're not getting the overall effect, and obviously this is inside out, but it will be really nice. For the petticoat, I will be using the same red satin for the top of it and the underskirt portion, but the way that it's cut out, I can't really pick it up and show you. I found a red tulle, also at Walmart for this. The color of the tulle matches perfectly with the red satin and the red organza. The bottom of the petticoat is supposed to be hemmed with a 2 to 2.5 inch lace, but everywhere I went, I could not find one that I liked that wasn't really expensive for the amount that I needed, because the pattern calls for 12 yards of the lace. So I didn't want to spend a bunch of money, and I just couldn't find the right or a good red shade wherever I went. So I did, however, find a lace. It's only a 1/2 inch, but that I thought would look really nice at the bottom of the petticoat to hem it. And I also got a silver thread to hem it as well, so we don't see the thread on this. You'll just see the silver on the inside of the petticoat, which that should be fine because we shouldn't really be seeing it. Wait, so now that I have everything cut out, the first thing I am going to work on is the petticoat. The petticoat is cut out. The tulle and the satin are all cut out in about 10 to 12 inch high strips. So all of those strips for both of the ruffles, there's an upper and a lower ruffle, and lower ruffle on both the overskirt and the underskirt. So all of those strips need to be sewn together at the seams. The seams need to be all pressed to one side. So I will do all of that. And then the lace also has to be added to the bottom of the tulle to hem it. The satin will have to be hemmed for the underskirt. Everything will have to be gathered and sewn together. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that part of the petticoat, which is almost the entire thing. And then I will be back because it's all a lot of straight stitches and gathering stitches. And so I don't know that anybody's going to really enjoy that. We'll see. I may add in just some action shots. We'll find out. So I wanted to show you guys that I am doing just about everything I can to make sure that these seams are not going to fray. So I've stitched them with a straight stitch. See if we can get a good... There we go. Stitched them with a straight stitch, and then I went and zigzagged them, and then I am pinking the edges as well. So hopefully if it starts fraying at the pinking area, it'll stop at the zigzag before it gets to the straight stitch, because I don't want the inside of this looking all janky, and then it gets all stringy and it gets caught on you and it's just not fun. So that's what I'm doing to finish the edges. I will be doing that to all of the satin seams, probably all of the organza seams, and I do not have to do it to the tulle because the tulle will not fray. So I am having a few issues with the petticoat. The silver trim that I got, I ran out of. I don't have enough, and I bought all of the trim that they had at Hobby Lobby, and so I have to wait to finish that now until I get some more trim. I think I only need one more roll, but I have to wait. I was going to just continue on with the petticoat, put the trimless part in the back, hope it's not seen, and wear it until I get more trim and just add it on once I get it, because it'll be quite easy to stitch on there. But I then went ahead to gather the bottom layer of my petticoat, and I continuously broke my gathering stitches. So now I have to do new gathering stitches on that. So I've decided that since I can't really finish it because I'm out of trim and it is continuously giving me problems, that I'm just going to wait on finishing the petticoat. I was going to attach it to the inside of this dress, but I don't know now that I'll be able to, because I was going to have it as like a second skirt in the dress. So now I might actually just be making a red petticoat. So who knows? I don't know if we will know by the end of this video. You might end up with a new video just about my petticoat or updating this dress, depending on what I decide to do. So sorry about that, you don't get to see it. I'm pretty disappointed because the silver trim I think looks really, really cool on the bottom of the red tulle, and I was really hoping to have it done, but that's okay. So the first thing that I have to do for the dress is to sew the darts in the bodice, and then sew front to back bodice at the shoulder and side seams, and that is just for the outer organza layer that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and the darts on the bodice are really, really big. So it says to trim the darts to 5/8 of an inch after sewing them. So I'm going to make sure I trim those too. Once I get the bodice finished, I will be back to show that to you and then show you how these little funky sleeves go together, because I've never made sleeves like this. So I will be back. So the first step, this is a 3-part sleeve. There's an upper sleeve, a lower sleeve, and then a sleeve stay, which I'm pretty sure goes on the inside of the lower sleeve. But the first step of this sleeve is like just about any satin sleeve. I have to do gathering stitches at the top here between the dots that you can't really see. And then I have to stitch the underarm seam. After that, I start working on the lower sleeve. So I will be back to show you what I have to do for that. So both of my upper sleeves are have my gathering stitches, and the underarm seams are stitched. I also have, oh my goodness, I've lost my word. Oh, I've also pinked these underarm seams so that they don't fray. I've done that to all of my bodice seams as well. Hopefully I didn't do that too early on these sleeve seams, since there's going to be other pieces attached to them, but I think it'll be okay because I didn't take them off too far. They can still have more attached to them. So next step, as it's all falling off my lap, is my under or my lower sleeve. Hold on a second. As you can see, it has pleats. So that is the first step. I have to do the pleats. So the outside lines come to the center line, and that is where the pleat is stitched. I don't think that I stitch the inner. No, I don't. Once I get all of those pleats stitched in there, then I baste across the top to stitch them flat. So I'm going to go ahead and do the pleats on both of the sleeves, and then I'll be back for the next step. Alright, so I have both of my lower sleeves pleated, and the underarm seam is stitched, and it is pinked. I also have the seam of the stay stitched. I still have to pink both of those. So the next step is to gather the bottom edge of the lower sleeve, and then attach the lower edges of the sleeve to the lower edges of the stay. So the stay will be inside. This also says with right sides together, which will make the rough part of my stay against my arm, and I don't want to do that. I actually will do the right side of the stay to the wrong side of the sleeve. So I have to gather the bottom of the lower sleeves and then attach them to the stay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that because I'm not positive what the step is after that, and I don't want to go ahead and skip a step without you. So let me attach the bottom edge and I'll be back. So the next step is to form a casing. So you have to flip your sleeve and have your seam allowance going toward your sleeve stay. And then along the edge of the seam allowance, stitch that to form a casing. Along the seam here, I'm going to leave an opening so that I can put the elastic through, because there's supposed to be elastic here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the casing and add the elastic for both of my sleeves. The bottom of the sleeve is finished. It's a nice little bell. That's kind of goofy looking the way that is right there, but it looks way better in person than it does on camera, I think. That's so weird. Here's the other one. So once I got the elastic in there, I stitched it, and then I turned it the correct way and stitched the top to the sleeve stick. The next step is to stitch the lower sleeve to the upper sleeve, and then stitch, attach the sleeves to the bodice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. So the next step is to sew the skirt pieces together. Yeah, so my next step is the skirt. So I need to do the seams on the skirt and then attach that to the bodice. After attaching all of that, I have to go ahead and make the lining, the bodice, and oh, I didn't show you. Completely forgot. I got the outside of my dress top done with my sleeves. This is it. The sleeves are nice and fun. So I have to do the skirt now. I have to sew all of the pieces of the skirt together, and then I have to sew the skirt to the bodice, and then I have to do the bodice and skirt lining. And so once I get all of the lining pieces sewn together, I will be back to finish the zipper. So the next step on my dress is to attach the zipper. So to attach this zipper, you just do it as you would any invisible zipper. Attach it to, obviously it's the wrong side up. Just follow the directions for any for inserting any invisible zipper. So that's what I'm doing, and then I will be back to show you how to attach the lining to the dress, which should be the last step once I get my zipper in. I'm onto the lining. I have my zipper in. The directions say to do right sides together for the lining, but I want the shiny side out, so I'm doing the wrong side of my lining to the right side of my dress. Okay, and then the first step is to stitch the neckline, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. The organza was not too hard to work with. The satin, however, it just really likes to slide around as satin does, and it's not the easiest to work with, but it wasn't too bad. Overall, I really like the dress. It's really comfortable. It fits. I didn't do a mock-up, so it's a little bit big in the bust, as they usually are, and I forgot that I needed to size down when I was making my pattern. It's quite comfortable, and amazingly enough, the sleeves are also quite warm, even though it's just organza. The downside of that organza is the little clear beads start to fall off. Not too bad, but like when I'm sitting, the beads on the back would fall off. When I would stand up, you'd see them on the seat, so, or the chair, or the couch, or the floor. So that's not very fun. But other than that, I really like wearing this dress. I will be wearing it more than just for Christmas. It'll be like a Valentine's Day dress, or just any kind of party dress. Anyhow, I know this video is a couple days late. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, which that is the reason why my video is getting posted late, because I've been busy with family stuff and getting all my Christmas presents ready and actually celebrating Christmas. So either way, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps my algorithm. If you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I post a new video, considering they're not on a schedule right now, and hopefully soon I can get right back on it. Either way, go ahead and hit that bell icon and you'll get notified when I post a new video. Thank you for watching. So be it.